Hi everyone, this is going to be a reading on how you and your person are connected. This peacock feather is going to be pile 1. This siracha bottle is going to be pile 2. This fidget spinner will be pile 3. And this small pouch of lavender will be pile 4. When you connect to pile 1's peacock feather, spirit guides, ancestors, and their person's spirit guides and ancestors. Let me get in touch with their highest good. Help them on their journey. And they say what needs to be said. A lot of Scorpios watching this pile. I'm hearing the name Valerie for some of you. Also, some of you might be connected with more than one person, so you might be watching this thinking about more than one person. Let's see, Spirit. How is Pile 1 connected to their person? We have 10 of Cups, satiety. We have Princess of Cups and Queen of Cups. So I am seeing like same-sex relationship for some of you. Let me pull more cards. Spirit, how is Pile 1 and their person connected? Give me energy on the connection between Pile 1 and their person. How are Pile 1 and their person connected? 8 of Cups, indolence. Couple more cards. Eight of Swords, interference, and the Star. Okay, so I'm seeing sort of a storyline for some of you. You and your person might have felt slightly disconnected, or not even disconnected or like lack of wholeness, but your ideals and your passions weren't really on for life at one point, and then it's almost as if one of you or both of you came forth with this Princess of Cups energy into someone else's life and brought this satisfaction to another person's life. Like, it went from this weird, like, not all the cups full, sort of thinking through the emotionalities of your world and like learning karmic patterns, to meeting this person, and it's almost as if all these karmic patterns are being like shine a light on your deepest fears. Yeah, you it's almost as if all your emotions and feelings completely aligned when you saw this person. And either, so like when this person saw you, they came towards you with that energy of like, you make me feel that way, and then them entering your lives or you entering their lives made them like feel that way also over time as y'all met each other. And it wasn't even over time, it was like it wasn't like an immediate like super thing connection, but it's almost as if the more y'all connected to each other, the more y'all like realized how right it felt, like coming from this like muddy energy of needing of like all constantly having to move on from painful situations to this like transcending that pain and sort of finding a source of unconditional happiness and love in your life and yourself, both of yourselves, by just like being in each other's lives. And I'm seeing that like for some of you, before like y'all could come together fully, like it's almost as if there was a lot of interference between y'all. A lot to do with karmic patterns, so maybe karmic partners, or maybe people in your life who kept you from that person, or maybe karmic patterns in yourself or fears within yourself that kept you from that person, maybe because of the intensity of how you felt, or maybe like your connection with this person was really slow and definitely over time where like the more y'all got to know each other, it was like even though things interfered, it's what made y'all feel like y'all needed each other even more. And with this Queen of Cups, I'm definitely getting the energy of like a teach-learn relationship. Like y'all are both teaching and learning from each other. Yeah, there's this energy of someone more like immature, but also like not in a bad way. It's like a youthful sort of fast, fiery, like intuitive energy of someone who's just in touch with their inner happiness and has experienced a lot of pain, but also a lot of like lessons from karmic things in their life. And they're just a really like open and giving person, while this Queen of Cups is more reserved and more reflective. Yeah, less like this masculine energy of like putting energy out, and more this energy of like reflecting energy with people, or like helping people reflect on themselves while also reflecting on yourself. Yeah, there's this energy of definitely someone being very wise and in touch with the subconscious realms. And it's almost as if this Queen of Cups watches this Princess of Cups and is amazed how they can just be in touch with the subconscious realms without like having to reflect on it, just like subconsciously like giving out that energy and weaving it into the world. Even with it's almost as if this Queen of Cups has observed like through all this interference how this Princess of Cups just like gets through it, and by using their power and to like change this indolence to this satiety in people. They're like making them see like just with the way you might talk or the way you might bring things up, or the way, even if they don't understand in the moment, like you plant subconscious seeds in their mind, like it's just your karma to like deal with those kind of bad people, but also like have a big impact on them even after they're gone. This Queen Cup is a maze of like that's, it's almost like it might be subtle to you, but to everyone else it's not subtle. Like in the moment it's subtle, like they don't notice what you're doing, or you don't notice what you're doing, because you're so intuitive, or your person's so intuitive. But it's almost as if after the people have left, this Princess of Cups, that they realize how unsubtly that this person affected them and like became their star, like became like their guiding light. Like everything they said is like, oh, this person's actually like, they weren't being immature, they weren't being like thinking about themselves, like they were actually like trying to help and trying to give out this subconscious energy of just knowing. It's almost as if this Prince Cup has this inner knowing of like the light and dark in people, and like they try to help people understand their patterns and when they're being hurt and when they're hurting other people. But it's almost to a fault. Like this Queen of Cups is sort of here to help. Like part of the interference with the Queen of Cups is that they know they sort of have to back off and let Princess of Cups learn their own lesson with these like karmic patterns, and truly like how y'all are there for each other is just like love being each other, like completely accepting each other and completely like because like it feels like y'all are the only two who like understand these parts of each other, that just have this subconscious need to like be so in touch with the subconscious realms, like with this star energy. Both of you, both this Queen of Cups and this Princess of Cups, are like have a lot of energy that comes toward them. Like they give out a lot of energy of just healing and high vibrations, that it attracts a lot of like people who think after them long after they're gone, or like one or both of you might be famous or have just a high status online, or have a lot of friends, or like have a lot of people who come in and out of your lives. But yeah, it's almost as if this Princess of Cups is creating maybe art or something from the heart, or just like weaving things into the subconscious realm with this. While this Queen of Cups is just pouring out their energy, like so in touch with the Mother Earth and their feminine, like divine, just pouring out their love. That it's almost as if I'm seeing this like weird thing where the Queen of Cups is pouring out this love all the way to like this water, and that's where they self-reflect. And this Princess of Cups is like pulling from this water and the subconscious, like what this person sees in themselves, and creating and pushing that onto the world. So it's like they inspire each other in the way that like the Queen of Cups is so amazed that this Princess of Cups can like completely embody their material and subconscious world, because it's like sort of a reflection of both. And this Princess of Cups is like so enamored, and they admire this Queen of Cups because they subconsciously just like express in a way that is completely aligned with the Queen of Cups world. So whenever they see or perceive the Queen of Cups themselves, or the way the Queen of Cups interacts with other people, just like the general energy and aura of the Queen of Cups, it interests them because it's so tied to their self-expression. Like it's almost like looking at themselves and like self-reflecting too. Like this Princess of Cups learns this sort of self-reflection from this Queen of Cups, and this Queen of Cups learns this sort of like expressing without holding yourself down to a certain like responsibility of being like sort of the star, because it's almost like this Queen of Cups takes on this responsibility to help people, and because they feel like they know they influence a lot of people, and they know a lot of people like they just know what kind of power they have over people, and they know they're very conscious of the responsibility that comes with it. They don't want to like take away people's happiness on accident because of the things they do. They're very self-conscious, or very conscious of the this person gets very anxious about those things. They don't want to they hate hurting people. This Queen of Cups, that they reflect so much on how like pain, and like the pain in themselves, pain in other people, and they hate being like they hate interfering in other people's things. That's why they sort of back off from this Princess of Cups and like let them do their own thing. They're afraid to interfere with this person's like happiness and instead create this like need to move on from pain in some way. But yeah, you, or the Princess of Cups teaches this Queen of Cups to sort of like instead of like holding themselves to responsibility of like how others perceive them, to instead just shine, just to shine, like however it comes out and the way that works for you the most, or the way that you love the most. Because it's almost like if you're not in that, like you're just in this energy of moving on from pain, and you're not, then this Queen of Cups like turns, like they're only reflecting this, like these muddy waters and these like clouded waters of like trying to understand the past and how you affected other people, how they affected you, just the pain of like all those past memories and having to move on from how people hurt this Queen of Cups. Whereas when they take on this energy of satisfaction and satiety and just like, it's almost as if this happens when they're fully expressing their love for the Prince of Cups. Then their waters become completely clear, completely still, completely bright, completely like reflective. And it's almost as if these two like they reflect each other in that way, so that like if this Queen of Cups is in that Eight of Cups, then so is the Prince of Cups, because they you know, they're subconsciously expressing the Queen of Cups energy, just like and when the Queen of Cups is in this energy of just like being aligned with their true self, then it's as if they're both in complete harmony, and this interference is taken away no matter what kind of interference is happening in the material world. It's like in the 5D, they both like feel completely connected. And there's almost an energy Queen of Cups might get a little absorbed into their subconscious realm, into like their own like mind and emotions, and they just get really like getting some Pisces energy from this Queen of Cups, just like really, it's almost as if because it's a complete reflection, you know, and they just, there's something about it, they fall into it so easily and like almost all the time, because that's when they feel the most aligned with their energy and your energy. And it's like this Princess of Cups is teaching them to maybe fall out of the muddier things of that, because sometimes they reflect to the point where they like blame themselves for their pain, or like feel like it's only them that causes like the things that happen in their life. And they sometimes get a little disillusioned, but this Princess of Cups being so like carefree and open, and just like to being either illusioned or disillusioned, or like just whatever in life, and just switching back and forth and not holding on to like things like that so much. Just like being able to switch back and forth helps this Queen of Cups so much to not get stuck in their own subconscious and like water world, which can also be another interference. Like the interference isn't always just 3D, but it also comes from these fears and just darkness that happens between y'all that y'all are both healing from. Y'all are both really helping each other heal from, because of the love you have for each other, and how much how beautiful you both think each other are. Like, it's like this Queen of Cups sees this Prince of Cups really giving, and it just makes them so happy to the point where they want to give back. Like they just constantly want to just like give from their emotions to the world. And with these Eight of Cups and this Eight of Swords, the air sign energies and the water sign energies of both your charts being healed majorly with this connection of just like karmic patterns. So think like Chiron, Pluto, Mars, like major sacral chakra healing. Like both of you have a lot of like connections to pleasure and love, and it's almost as if your shared connection with this person inspires other people with like with this star energy. Like your connection with each other is so like bright, and it makes you both shine so fully and completely that people can feel your energy from almost like miles away. And I am getting that like for some of you, y'all are at a distance with this interference card between y'all and this Eight of Cups between y'all. Like y'all feel like maybe like y'all get a little sad about being at a distance, but it's like it's less about that and more about being happy with feeling that like connection you constantly have within yourselves with each other. Like maybe some of you might be telepathic, or you might be bringing a new sort of like type of love to the mainstream society, and you're sort of that inspiration for people who have that same like weird connection that they can't explain to other people, but it's just like this subconscious tie to each other. Spirit, tell me about Pile 1 from their person. Tell me about Pile 1 in their person. Tell me how Pile 1 and their person are connected. Give me one more card. How Pile 1 and their person are connected. Spirit, how Pile 1 and their person connected. Okay. We have Knight of Cups reversed. Bellis. We have Divine Strength. Divine Strength. Eight of Wands in reversed. Renove. Five of Cups in reversed. Ten of Swords. The Tower and Eight of Swords. And bottom of the deck energy we have Four of Cups. So you and your person definitely have some shared traumas. This isn't going to resonate for all of you, but some of you might have some shared memories going on, where you like maybe took on the energy of the other person in like a traumatic event. And when you were younger, maybe like you were spiritually connected to each other without really knowing what it was or what it meant, and y'all just were there for each other in traumatic childhood experiences. For others of you, you just share this like you really feel each other's pain deeply, like you subconsciously reflect each other. So and you two are like you understand each other's pain the most like acutely about each other, because you you understand how the other person expresses themselves emotionally and how they feel emotionally in almost intuitive way. It's like y'all are a lot of the times in your life, in your relationships, and just like a lot of time people take advantage of you, or you get put in a position where you get taken advantage of, and it's almost like I'm just getting like this 10 of Swords is like almost constant for both of you, where like maybe it's something to do with your power or your state of emotionality, where you're constantly put in this like awkward position in terms of interacting with other people, or your sense of work or duty in life, maybe even in your own self-expression. But it's almost as if like you're helping each other deal with this pain and be able to move on from it, even as it's constantly happening. With this 5 of Cups in reverse, thinking of each other and expressing each other's energy, or just feeling each other's energy, helps both of you to not get attached to these empty 3 cups and like these things that all went wrong, and instead be more like focused on the 2 cups that y'all have for each other. And it's almost that y'all help each other heal so much through the pain in that way. Like, y'all's connection was divinely guided because you are both put in like these positions of pain that can be very, very healed and very, very helpful for you and the people around you, because karmically, you know, it helps you dealing with that pain all the time and being used to it. Helps you sort of like humble yourself almost and not be so focused on trivial things. Helps you help other people really through their pain, and to not get like, oh, pity party, you know, to like help them like understand that part of themselves that hurts so much and needs love because of that pain that they might constantly feel from those memories or from like things that happen in their life right now. Like, you both just help people. Y'all are both like major healers in this world, which is a reason why y'all are so connected, and how y'all are so connected is because you like just have this need to help heal each other and like take that pain away from each other, because it's almost as if you don't want that other person to feel pain. Like, I'm getting this energy where like one of you or both of you gets really sad sometimes about how much pain the other person has to feel in their life, or how much the other person had to go through, or how painful of things they have to go through on a daily basis. And it's really just because like y'all both need inner child healing, of just like the pain y'all have to go through on a daily basis. Y'all like want so bad to heal that in other people or in your person because of what needs to be healed within yourself. And healing that within yourself can help you understand that everybody heals in their own time. Yeah, just a lot of divine timing, divinely guided connection between you and this person. These moments with this Knight of Cups in reverse, where you haven't been able to come forth with your emotions towards other people, or like people haven't understood your emotions, or like misconstrued your emotions and taking them the wrong way, or even a bad way. You help each other heal from that, or like because y'all understand each other's emotions so acutely, it reassures both of you that y'all aren't crazy, y'all aren't wrong, like y'all aren't mental the way other people may have treated you or perceived you as, and made you self-doubt yourself. So you and this person are taking doubt away from each other by understanding each other so well and accepting each other so well. Because you're just like, yeah, you make complete sense to me. Like, that's just how y'all both feel towards each other. And you both admire each other in that way of just like being able to express that way of expressing emotions without being afraid of how other people perceive you. Even though like it's a really you both, there's a lot of anxiety around sharing your emotions to other people when it comes to both of you, because of how much you've been shunned for, how much pain it causes you. But this relationship, yeah, definitely helps you both have strength of like not letting your subconscious patterns, subconscious pain control you in your life, and not letting the people who hurt you, who are just in a lower vibration, thinking about themselves being selfish, have power over you anymore, or have power over how you feel about yourself anymore. You both give each other time to like stop and think about why exactly these situations had to end, why exactly these karmic patterns happened. It's almost like you needed them to break down, you needed them to stop, like it was just meant to happen because you were stuck in this energy of like people not understanding you or hiding yourself because you felt like people wouldn't understand you or accept you the way you were. And just generally not expressing your true self because of fear. And you both give each other time to like really reflect on that. Yeah, with that Queen of Cups, like y'all both help each other realize how fear and pain applies, how this fear and pain applies to you in your daily life, and how it applies to your connection to each other. Because you both have this sense of unconditional love for each other, but this pain in yourselves can block that sometimes. And it helps you both like understand where you're blocking your own unconditional love towards yourselves. And with this Eight of Wands in reversed, I'm getting, the vibe that y'all don't, you and your person don't get to talk a lot, or maybe y'all might be at a distance where y'all don't get to talk in the way you might want to, or be connected in the way you might want to. But that's helping both of you. Like there's some sort of karmic reason y'all are supposed to not be that connected, because I feel like y'all would get very absorbed in each other more than you already are on the subconscious realm way. And also like showing both of you that you don't need to even communicate on the 3D level to be able to be so connected in this way. There's something about bringing this type of relationship to the table where it's telepathic, it's just like without words, like looking into each other's eyes and just knowing, not having to say anything. And it's such a strong energy that even other people can feel it and see it in both of you. And it's almost like this ethereal, like new connection or way of being, or like people had felt so stuck in this one sort of way of communication before, but like y'all are breaking that down and bringing something new to the table of like this new sort of subconscious emotional connection, and like the strength to keep holding that passion and like inner knowledge that that's real to both of you and yourselves, even when other people doubt it, or even if other people tell you it's wrong, or even if you don't get that reassurance from your person. In the 3D realm, you might not sometimes think it's real. Just helping each other both like stop doubting yourselves and stop doubting that inner intuition that you both know connects you so divinely with your strength and your inner self, and what keeps you away from this pain and this pity party. With this Eight of Swords, I'm hearing like you're a record I could play over and over again for forever, like where other people might just hear a broken record, you just hear like the most divine like music that you could just play on loop over and over again and never get sick of. Like there's something you both really like about each other. On an emotional level, you both just feel like you complete each other. But yeah, that is your reading. Pile 1. This is going to be your reading on how you and your person are connected. Spirit, please get me in touch with all those who resonated with Pile 2. Please align me with their highest good, their highest vibration, the highest vibration of their person. Please allow me to know exactly what I need to know to help this person on their journey with their person. Spirit, how is Pal 2 and their person connected? How is Pal 2 and their person connected? Okay. We have this Knight of Cups upright, Ten of Pentacles, wealth, Five of Swords in reversed, defeat in reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, completion, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You definitely are very individual. You've established with this person that you don't need them to live. You are very complete on your own. You have a lot of abundance and wealth within you. You have a lot of self-love. You've gone through a lot of situations where people try to defeat you and you've come out undefeated. And it's just honed your ability to express your emotions so well. You easily get across to this person that you know how you feel about them, but also the fact that you don't need them and you're more complete. You're complete as you are and you don't need them to be complete in yourself. And I feel like this person admires that about you and also feels the same way, where they're maybe not as abundant as you are, but they feel more like themselves when they're finding that abundance on their own instead of relying on someone else. I feel like both of you are learning, relearning and helping others relearn some codependent patterns that a lot of this generation has, and also on the flip side of that, being too individualistic or being too greedy for oneself. This wealth is sort of it's sort of also a family card, because you acquire this wealth to share it in abundance among the people you love. What else do you do with the love you have? And that's kind of how you and your person are connected, is that you both, okay, so one of you has accumulated a lot more than the other, but you both are accumulating wealth, whether in a form of spiritual abundance or material abundance, where y'all are helping people find this completion and abundance by expressing themselves emotionally, this Knight of Cups. And also those who have been defeated, or those who don't get the fair end, those who don't really get a chance where they should get a chance, maybe it's not fair to them. You help them get out of this energy of Queen of Pentacles in reverse, not being able to manifest, or not being able to keep abundance. And by building this foundation of wealth, whether in the spiritual world or the material world, that's how you sort of find each other. It's inevitable that your paths have crossed or will cross in that way. Because just with the Wheel of Fortune, it's just how it's meant to be, how y'all are both teaching yourselves and other people. And I also feel like with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, there's maybe both of you tried to accumulate wealth in a way that wasn't healthy for you, or wasn't aligned with how you wanted to express yourself, or maybe you felt more like it was a job instead of something you wanted to be doing, and you felt this incompleteness of the Wheel of Fortune reverse. You didn't really feel like you were, even though you were accumulating a lot of wealth in some ways, you didn't really feel like you were that abundant emotionally or passionately. And you become more aligned with this idea that you don't have to accumulate wealth in that way. There are different ways to accumulate wealth where you're more happy and abundant within yourself, which is the better, it helps you be in this energy where you're not afraid to share your earnings, you're not afraid to share what you've learned, and you're also not afraid to change the status quo on like what work is or what being truly abundant is. Like maybe a lot of people don't see you as like the Queen of Pentacles, they don't see you as like well off, they don't see you as having abundance, but it's almost as if you don't need abundance in the same way that other people do. Like it's a different sort of abundance, and it's sort of like changing the way people see wealth or like self-satisfaction, self-completion, because it's a really like money hungry type of world where people like are taught to think they need money, like material money. But it's almost like you gather abundance by not trying, like not trying to be abundant, not trying to accumulate wealth. That's when you're least attached to the idea of income, like it comes and like goes freely within you, like you channel it freely because you have this just energy of attracting and channeling money through yourself and to other people that you and your person both have, but just like you reflect on each other. Like it's almost like this philanthropic energy where you want to help people who've been defeated or who haven't like been able to get a chance in the material world, or like don't have the tools to find completion within themselves because they're trying to survive. But maybe you've heard this person speak out, like they're a spokesperson for this kind of stuff, or maybe you will meet this person or have met this person in an environment where you were both like a social gathering where you were advocating for these things. This person also teaches you to find a different sort of abundance, like this abundance where you're teaching yourself that like it can be a sort of feeling of abundance. Like this person is teaching you in what way, like teaching you to find what you like most and go for that instead of just finding abundance where it's like easiest. So like bringing yourself the most pleasure while bringing yourself the most abundance with what you love to do. Whereas maybe like you could have been shunned for your ideas, or people didn't agree with your outlook on your life path. This person's like, it's almost like this person inspired you to just not give up on your intuition, not give up on your passion, and create this change within not only yourself but other people. Like you changed this person's, by being in this person's life or being connected to this person, you bring them wealth and material abundance. So maybe you inspire this person in some way where like you are the source of their like muse, their passion, their like work. Like you are what inspires them and brings them abundance. Like obviously they put in the work, but you are like the source of the passion for that work. Or vice versa, like however it resonates. And then also being in this person's life has helped this person speak their truth. It's almost like your energy forces them to acknowledge like how powerful their words are and how much we really need to be open with each other as like people, and instead of manipulating everyone into trying to think a certain way, like be open and like honest and like get into people's hearts. Like maybe you and your person both have a knack of like planting seeds of just abundance in people's subconscious by like speaking out and being like open and true with what you're saying, because you see people's defeat, you see people's pain, and like both of you know how to turn that around and like make this person feel like they can find completion despite that, or with that, or because of that, or even working with that. And you and your person definitely are more connected to like the lower, like you both have heart for people who are like poorer or people who are like less well off or less fortunate, because with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you and your person both connect to people or energies that just need that sense of like abundance within themselves without having to be a slave to capitalism, I guess. Like, maybe in their love life, or maybe in their artistic passion, or maybe in their social passion of like connecting to people. Like, you and your person share this connection of just inspiring people by having abundance within yourselves, by seeing each other and knowing that all you need is yourself. Like, all you need is your own beliefs and your own trust that of how things will go, and like your own beliefs that you can be complete the way you are. Like, there's no secret recipe. Yeah, I just got a memory of that scene in Kung Fu Panda where he's like, there is no secret ingredient. And he's like, and Poe's like, oh yeah, there's no secret ingredient. And he's just sort of like, he went through all that, and he's like at the Jade Palace, and he has all these like knickknacks of all these warriors, and he gets all the way to the stupid dragon scroll, and then he realizes like it's all the same, you know, like it's all just material things, like it's just a pile. Like you climb a mountain, and it's just a pile of rocks. Like that moment when it's just kind of like you create your own destiny, you decide your own defeat. Like, you decide whether or not a defeat is a defeat. And you decide where you place your value in things, and where you place your abundance, and what you feel like abundance is. And that completely changes your completion and sense of fulfillment within yourself. It also changes your perspective on your emotions, and really understanding deep down people's emotions, why they when they feel this lack of abundance, or they feel like they're doing wrong in life, they're not making enough money, they're not making enough in their relationships, it just brings this lack of completion. It makes them act out in these ways where they constantly feel defeated, they constantly feel like people attacking them, constantly feel like they can't find harmony within their material world, can't express themselves, people don't understand them the way they want to, and they just feel stuck in this lack of abundance energy. Whereas you and your person, sort of like with this love you have for each other, reverse that energy. There's some sort of acute relationship you and your person have with money, or not money, but energy. Like, there's always a price for what you for the energy you give out. Like, what you give out, you must like take back, and what you take, you must give back out. Getting some Libra energy that some of you, like you and your person, just keep the balance. Especially on an individual level, like you touch people on an individual level less than like on a group level. And like almost every person you meet, like they feel like you've changed their lives, or your person has changed their lives by showing them the sort of secret to abundance of like letting the wheel turn, and they constantly flow and bring in this money, and like give out this money. Spirit, tell me more about Pal 2 and their person. How are Pal 2 and their person connected? How is Pal 2 and their person connected? What does Pal 2 need to know about them and their person's connection? Spirit, tell me a little bit more about Pal 2 and their person. Queen of Cups. Five of Cups in reverse. Mirror. Or aim in reverse. Decarabia. Knight of Pentacles. Asmodeus. King of Wands, reverse. Page of Swords. You and your person are definitely both very balanced. You bring balance to each other's lives. And I'm feeling a yin-yang energy in that you connect with your person and sort of meld with them, because maybe it's that you embody air and earth energies and they embody fire or water, or maybe you embody water and they embody fire. There's just some sort of nature where you both complete each other magnetically, and your personalities clash in the best way to stimulate growth and change in the both of you, while also making you, like, that energy being what makes you change other people, and feel more aligned with your destiny, which is intrinsically tied with helping other people too, and making sure that they can see the abundance within themselves, the same way that you feel abundant with your person, or the same amount of abundance you might feel with your person. But this Five of Cups, I'm getting this sort of serious energy where you and your person are not really like bullshitters. You're not pity parties, not really negative or low vibrations. You kind of are a little bit serious because I feel like you both see the bigger picture a little bit more than you see like the details. I'm hearing that both of you are healing from like childhood trauma and like somebody in your childhood who projected this like angry masculine energy onto both of you, and sort of made you both closed off and sort of cold. But when you're with each other, somehow you both bring out this sort of nurturing, loving energy in each other. This just unconditional love. And it sort of makes you forget about that pain from the past, because you're so focused on just expressing this appreciation you have for the other person that you almost let go of these rigid structures of just walls you've built up over time because of the pain you went through, that's like surrounded you, the both of you, because you're very reflective of each other, and you both learn a lot from each other's shadow sides with this Page of Swords, especially the things you say. So like it's less like how you feel about each other and the things you actually say and the actions you actually do with each other, the intentions and ideas you share. That maybe there's some things you don't like about your person, and maybe there's some things you really like about your person. Those things are like a reflection of things you like or don't like about yourself, or maybe want to focus on in yourself more. Your person with other people usually felt like they were the wise one, or they were the one teaching the other person, or they were like they were the one who had all the abundance while the other person was sort of the opposite. But with you, they feel like they actually have something to learn from someone. Like they actually it's almost like they like the challenge of knowing you, because you challenge them, because you expect them to be better. You know they can be better because you see them deep down for who they are, with all this abundance they have within themselves, and knowing that they aren't this like pity party of a person, that they get shit done, while also still having this hidden well of unconditional love and understanding and wiseness. Whenever you're in the energy, or your person's in the energy of cutting down toxic patterns or cutting down toxic people by embodying healthy King of Wands energy and sticking up for yourselves passionately, or sticking up for your friends, the people you love passionately, that's when y'all are most connected, I feel like. You just take the energy you have, you take the abundance you have, and you cut down any Five of Cups energy and people in a way that's sort of wise and mature and emotionally understanding. And you put people in their place, like you make them actually have to like sit there and think and learn. And like you make them see this King of Wands and reverse energy about themselves when they're treating other people like that. Like it's like you don't get to that point unless you're like really pushed to that, or it's like really necessary. But when it does happen, it's almost like you and your person completely embody the energy of like the other person, like because you reach from a place of like unconditional love and passion for knowing people deserve better and they deserve that, to not have their fulfillment taken away from them just because people can't find that fulfillment within themselves. They take it away from other people. You hate that, and your person hates that, and they may have been, you and your person may have been a victim of that in the past, but now like because of this connection, you're beginning to change that in yourselves and other people in a way that maybe neither of you ever thought you could get to that point before. Like you thought things would just be stuck that way, of just uncomfortability. But your person has really helped you find this self-love and like not doubt yourself. And you really helped your person with that too. Like this person really appreciates who you are as a person, and they really feel like you have showed them what it means to be truly compassionate and truly strong. Like how much strength that actually takes when it gets down to it. And how much of a warrior you both are for yourselves and for each other. Spirit, give me a couple more cards and pile two in their person. Give me another card. Pile two in their person. Prince of Wands. The Priestess. Three of Pentacles reversed. Work reversed. The Magus. Yeah, so again, when you just surrender and you don't like try to force the connection, you don't try to force your control and influence on other people, and you're just not working at it at all, you're not even trying, that's when you manifest the most. With the Magician right here, the Magus, that's when you're in your most abundant energy, is when you just surrender to the universe to let yourself channel exactly what the universe feels like it needs to channel through you, and embodying and finding comfort and peace in that place of unconditional love and residing there, and fully trusting that within yourself, to not be afraid of that part of yourself. And it's like you and your person, whenever like you are like in that fiery energy of just cutting people down and like standing up for yourself, being passionate in your art for other people and shit like that, that's when you're most in your intuition, combining High Priestess energy, light and dark energy. People see this about you. People like, are inspired by this about you, it's like they listen to what you say. They listen to what you and your person say. Especially when you surrender like this, and it's like you're not even trying, it just flows out of you, and people are just, they can't help but listen to you, sort of, and feel that what you're saying is important, or is important in a very fast way. Like they need to understand now and change now, sort of, if that makes sense. Because with the priestess, they feel like, just for some reason, whatever you say just feels right. Like it feels like it's because you manifest it from just out of thin air. When you like aren't trying to force it within yourself, it just sort of comes out of you. I'm getting a sort of energy of a third person watching over this connection. This may not be a third party that's in the connection. It might be, but it might not also be. But I'm getting the energy of just like a spirit guide, or maybe just a group of energies collectively that watch over this connection and play into this connection, and that they balance it out. So this may be a social group of people, or however it resonates. But it's almost as if like all three of those energy balance out this connection to create to manifest this sort of intuitive way of expression across everyone's minds, the collective minds. That's why I'm getting this energy of so many people admiring you and your person, like together, even from different like perspectives or from different like timelines. It's almost like this combined energy of the people that admire you and you and your person create this sort of collective change in the horizon, or like maybe you and your person will affect people over generations by the people you touch, with this unafraid energy of just attracting this abundance without really like trying, or without forcing it, or without being attached to things in the material world that a lot of people get easily attached to, that maybe you and your person just are uninterested in. And bottom of the deck energy, we have the Queen of Swords. So just the power both of you wield, especially when you're in touch with each other, is uncounterable. Like, you can cut through anyone's bullshit, you can cut through anyone's illusions. Your way of expression is completely open and intuitive and in harmony with the universe. And with the Priestess and the Magician, anything you say is going to be right, and anything you say will come true. So be careful what you say, and be careful with the influence you have over people. Don't try to force something out of your ego, and just surrender to spirit. And you'll just flow through the clouds, and while being steady in your like alignment, steady in your unconditional love with your person, you completely like bring everything full circle. We in the end, we create our own beginnings, we create our own endings, and you manifest your connection with this person as you live, every choice you make. So with this Queen of Swords, you have the power to write in a new destiny for yourself and for this person and for the people around you, with the words you say, and with the things you believe, with this High Priestess, with your expression. These things that you deep down without really having to think about it or try really hard. Especially intuitively knowing that this connection is deeper and more intense than anything you've ever felt before. You don't even have to work for this connection to appear in the material world. It's just going to happen to you. This connection is meant to manifest because you're both meant to help create new things in each other's lives, create new patterns on each other's souls. But yeah, That is a beautiful connection, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. Anyone choosing this fidget spinner? This is going to be your reading on how exactly you and your person are connected. Let's see. Spirit, connect me to pile 3 and their person. Connect me to their highest vibration. Connect me to their ideal realities, their ideal manifestations. Connect me to their life path and their destiny. Please connect me to them at any time in the universe, at any time in their reality. Exactly how they need to be connected to in a way they can understand. In a way that will help them and their person progressively in their relationship. Spirit, let me know about pile 3 and their person. How are pile 3 and their person connected? Spirit, give me one more card on pile 3 and their person. Alright. So first of all, I'm going to say that these cards tumbled out in a really strange manner. So the events leading up to you and your person's true connection, or the events that happen along you and your person's life together, are going to be very strange, happen in a very weird manner. That might make sense to you, but definitely won't make sense to other people. And you might even feel a little bit like surreal or like you're in a dream while it's happening. It's definitely not going to be, you're definitely going to question your sanity a little bit. So, and then as of the last card, like the last step in your journey, I got the moon, but I had already seen the moon and had decided to shuffle a little bit more to see if that was really what it needed to be, and it popped out again anyway. So whatever, it's like you're already intuitively going to know the end, but you're going to doubt yourself, or something's going to happen. You're just going to be like, it's going to happen exactly the way you think, but also in a way you didn't expect. So there's already this paradoxical energy between you and your person. But we have, starting out with Queen of Wands reversed, Ace of Cups, opposition, 2 of Swords in reversed, or Jesus, 10 of Swords, my bad, 10 of Swords in reversed, 2 of Cups, Love in reversed, Death, the Moon. There's a lot between you and your person. For some of you, I'm getting karmic partner. For some of you, I'm getting twin flame. For some of you, it's just a very, very strong, intense relationship. Generally very gonna affect both of your souls deeply, if that makes sense. You might feel really intense when you're around each other, or you might entice. You might trigger very strong physical reactions with each other when you are actually physically in proximity to each other. With this Queen of Wands in reverse, it feels like maybe you started out really cold to one another. You both started out acting like you didn't care. You both started out like, or maybe y'all were both really mean to each other, really aggressive to each other. Maybe there was some fights in the beginning, or just general resistance to the connection in an energetic way, where maybe both of you were scared of it, or tried to pretend the intensity wasn't real. With this Ace of Cups, it's like almost immediately after that, it's just like you couldn't help the light that opened within you, or the cup of love that opened within you, and completely just washed away this like hot, overly hot fire of like the Queen of Wands, where you both were just burning yourselves out, burning each other out with your thoughts, and then all of that washed away with this sudden realization of just complete and unconditional like love for the other person. Your person, I'm hearing one of you was going through some sort of social situation, family situation, something where you were receiving opposition or feeling stuck, feeling like you couldn't make a move. But somehow this relationship changed that, completely opened up your sense of self-love within one another. And it's almost like you and this person aren't even fully together. Like maybe you're still holding back from one another, or maybe you don't feel the need to be, because with this Two of Cups in reverse, I'm hearing either that after you saw this person, you immediately just couldn't find anyone else attractive but this person, or it's like with this Two of Cups in reverse, it's like you don't really need to be around this person. Like being by yourself and finding that love and fulfillment with yourself is what makes you feel connected to this person, and what makes that person feel connected to you. And when you're in that state of mind, it's like all of your karmic patterns, all of these like oppositions that you can't control, immediately clatter to the ground. Like these pains that you've had to deal with your whole life immediately just, it's like they're all of a sudden gone. And this unfair advantage people had over you is washed away with the truth of your emotions and how high you vibrate now that you've recognized the exact nature of your feelings with this person. And for some of you, if it is karmic, maybe you go back between this letting go of these pains and these unfair justices and being in this state of self-love and fulfillment, to feeling like you need each other and going back into that state of pain and constantly being in opposition. And it might be a cycle for you that you are both trying to learn from and like have death. So death is coming to that cycle. But for others of you, it's just you're bringing ego death. You're helping each other bring ego death within yourselves, and completely opening yourselves up to the universe and your true eternal timeline and what you wish your reality to be. And you know, we're all alone in our reality, so maybe that's why some of you feel like this lack of need to be physically around the other person, because you just feel connected to them in that who you are. Especially when you completely just pour this open cup of love and light into the world and shatter the suppression and pain that has been having this illusion of control over you. Anyone who tries to impose this Two of Cups mutuality energy on you, you immediately just brush aside. Doesn't even matter to you, because you have your own cup, full and overflowing, which you bring harmony to yourself by being alone. And so does this person. It's like y'all are so independent. Maybe y'all are in an open relationship. Just something about finding this beauty and individuality within yourselves, and the death of not only illusions, but these pains and these expressions that aren't who you are, aren't you who you truly are inside. And also, I'm hearing that your person, because of their love for you and how you've changed their sense of love within themselves and how they've done that to you, I'm hearing that you'll be able to die easier. Like when you die, you'll have something to hold on to, something to look back on that will just ground you to let go. Because I'm hearing that some of you may have a fear of death, or a fear of drowning, or a fear of letting go. And this person, not only do you help them with that, but they help you come to terms with mortality and the balance of life and death. And with the moon at the end of your journey, a lot of you are connected in the subconscious realms, in the nighttime, in the lunar cycles, in the in dream realm. And I'm feeling that when you have that moment where you're like having that ultimate connection with each other, that memory that you're going to look back on when you both die, it's going to be very ethereal, perhaps in the moonlight, very dreamlike, very but it's going to be beautiful in a way, like an artwork. And you're going to feel so deeply it's almost like everything you love about the moon in the nighttime, you're just going to feel aligned with that energy. Those times when you just stare up at the stars and feel bright in the world, that's what it's going to feel like. Like you're just going to both be looking back. You're going to be together while being alone and looking back at everything and just reflecting and shining a light on all of that darkness and all of those passions that created the path and the journey along the way. With the moon and the death together, like happening together, I feel like a lot of your life is going to be really confusing and painful, but it'll be like this one moment with your person where it all makes sense and it's all almost put into alignment in a way that you can understand. And you'll be alone, but you won't be alone. Even with all this pain on your back, you'll be able to let go of it, let go of this like lack of mutuality you've experienced in your life, and put an end to this illusory pattern your soul has had to deal with over multiple lifetimes, and just completely see clarity in the balance of that, of this relationship, of this connection. And this person also feels like you've killed off, or you've helped them eliminate those dark parts of themselves, those shadow sides of themselves that they felt like they couldn't control before. Spirit, give me the vibes on pile 3 and that person. How's pile 3 and that person connected? So definitely you and your person might be connected spiritually whenever you're with each other, or not often. It's less that when you're with each other, and more often that you almost always feel connected spiritually on a deep level, subconscious level. You both have this strong ability to control, influence, and manipulate other people. You're very wise and emotionally intelligent. You have a way of becoming passive and just using your energies to your advantage. As long as you can stay grounded and stay 2 feet on the ground, as you're manipulating these ideas and using these ideas to your advantage, it will work for you, and you'll have a lot of power in that way. You and your person. But when you're not grounded, you're disconnected with your person. You just, things happen and they don't really have any meaning, and you just feel like your life is becoming uneventful. But when you're in this alignment with all four of your elements and using that power you know you have to your advantage, and that unconditional love you have for your soulmate, like knowing the power your soulmate has and reflecting that power, or being so inspired by it that it makes you want to use your own power. You change people's way of thinking that isn't abundant. You change people's defeat. You change your own defeat. It's like you walk away with a new perspective, knowing better in every situation. You use every situation to your advantage to learn and to help others learn, because you so passively just observe and project exactly what you observe, and exactly what you feel like others deserve to hear. I'm definitely feeling that when you are in that energy of cutting people down with the Seven of Swords, and speaking your truth without doubting yourself, is when you're most connected with your person. King of Cups, just trusting in your emotionality as a foundation, trusting your emotions and passion to know you're in the right and lead you exactly where you need to go, and manipulate your own thinking and others' thinking exactly how it needs to be to bring justice and equality to the situation. I'm also feeling that your person might be watery energy and you might be more fiery energy, or vice versa. And both of you have a really strong way of influencing each other. Very strong way of whenever you're in each other's proximity, you just, something about each other, you just, it's like you can manipulate the other person if you want to, and neither of you want to do that because you're both just enamored with each other. But you're both so intelligent that once the conversation sparks, that things just start flying, and like you're both flowing through the conversation so well and making these ideas and like passionately sparking up these realizations within each other, that maybe because you understand each other so deeply, you never got that on such a deep level with someone before, that it's almost like you're wrapped around each other's finger. And maybe like one of you is a little bit more influenced by the other person than the other, but there's definitely this energy of just like intellectual tension and just tension in general between you, like very sly, witty talking, lots of banter. And it's almost like because you both know you're fulfilled within yourselves and you don't need the other person, it makes you more attracted to each other, that like feeling that energy of self-confidence and self-fulfillment off of each other just radiating from you, but both in different ways. Something about each other's aura just completely attracts the both of you and makes your own aura shine brighter. It makes you want to express yourself more. It makes your person want to express themselves more. Just brings out the best in both of you. Just this cunning, clever side of both of you. Just playful inner child. Spirit, tell me a little bit more about Pile 3 and their person. What does Pile 3 know about them and their person's connection? How is Pile 3 and their person connected? So I'm going to read this like a little storybook. We have Temperance in reversed. This lack of balance, whenever you have lack of balance, lack of fulfillment, lack of completion within yourselves, you reflect your shadow side on each other. We have Three of Swords in reversed. It's almost like when you're reflecting your shadow side on each other, you're pretending not to feel pain, pretending to, or literally just blocking off pain, numbing yourself to pain, dissociating from pain. And you're so connected that it makes it where the other person blocks themselves off from that pain and pretending it's not real, not being able to move on from it in that manner that it never happens. We have Ten of Wands in reverse, and in that way you never change. You never get to break that karmic cycle or have that deep soul realization, revelation, and both of your souls are stuck in that spiral. But because you're stuck in it together, when you are together, when you like are sharing your energy with each other freely, without worry, without fear, this Two of Pentacles, we have like carefreeness. Like you just like stop taking the events of your life so seriously, stop taking this pain so seriously, and just getting in touch with your inner child when you're around each other and like actually having a laugh and actually just expressing yourself for the fun of it. That's when you kind of grow and kind of see the spiral and the cycle for what it is, especially since you can see it deeply within each other because of how much you acutely pay attention to and understand the expressions and body language of one another. And with the Sun, it's almost like in those moments when you're like actually just having fun, expressing your inner child, like just loving the other person and seeing that cycle, your heart kind of opens and you like, it makes you want to change within yourself. It makes you want to like actually open your heart to light and love in that cup of water, that Ace of Cups, because you don't want to see that person in pain. You hate seeing that person in that cycle because deep down subconsciously you hate feeling yourself and your own inner child in that cycle. You know, you've seen how much it hurts that other person's inner child, and it just completely touches your soul, and it completely touches your person's soul when they see that in you. It makes them sort of like see the light, like it forces them to face the light and actually look within themselves to why they're feeling that pain, why you're feeling that pain for each other. With this Knight of Pentacles, opening yourselves up to that and looking within yourselves, facing the light, letting the shadows fall behind you, that's when you're in that abundance. You're not working for it. You're just really facing it and being strong in that way where you can be honest about that feeling, even though sometimes people are awkward about it or people are uncomfortable with the intensity of that caring about someone else. But that's when you get the most abundance. That's when your person gets the most abundance by themselves, by yourself. And with this Queen of Wands, like that's probably also when you feel most, you know, in the right to express yourself and like really tell people what to do. Be the bossy person, be the person who says what no one else wants to say. And you actually feel okay doing that because you're so grounded in all of your elements. You're so grounded in your unconditional love for yourself because of your unconditional love with your person, and because you feel so passionately for your person's justice, for your person's karma. You and your person both understand each other's pain acutely with the Hanged Man. You both have seen each other's skin inside and out. You've both seen each other on the inside and how that's created the beauty on the outside. You both just see this amazing beauty in each other, and that y'all have been through so much pain and have actually changed because of it into something beautiful. And y'all are almost connected through this pain and also through how you've grown through the pain, like how you've moved past it. Because you've helped each other get there. Like it's almost as if you couldn't be who you are now without how this person has stepped into your life. And this person feels that same way about you, where they just trust you with their whole heart. They trust you with their body, their mind, their soul. Because It's like they know you. They know that you would stand up for yourself and anyone you love. And very passionately too, with this Queen of Wands energy. But that is your reading, pile 3. Alright, pile 4, my lavender pouch. I'll let you take a quick smell. Lavender is supposed to bring calm, tranquility, and energy to the third eye chakra. Some of you may be connected to your person with music. You may receive messages and downloads about this person through music or art. Spirit, please connect me to pile 4's person. Please connect me to pile 4 and their highest good. Please let me eliminate any negative energies that wish to harm pile 1, or pile 4, I'm sorry. May resonate with pile 1. Please block out any negative energy for pile 4. How is pile 4 and their person connected, Spirit? You may be connected to your person on a subconscious level. You feel them all around you at all times. Or you receive a lot of signs and messages you feel like that are from your spirit guides guiding you towards your person, or even from your person directly. Person may be a higher dimensional being or a metaphysical being, or may be just a higher vibrational 3D being. Spirit, how are pile 4 and the person connected? Nine of Pentacles, game. Some of you astral project, lucid dream, or connect through the Metatron, are connected to Archangel Metatron. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, we have lust or strength. You and your person are very physically attracted to each other, or just very physically attractive people. You are also very strong people who are very connected with your shadow sides and understanding of both your light and dark sides. You see both the light and dark sides in each other and completely and unconditionally love each other's parts as they make up the whole. We have Prince of Wands. Someone may be very fiery, maybe have a very quick or open way of expression that is maybe sometimes overwhelming or all-consuming, while also being that energy in almost a subtle way that it's almost like overwhelming in a subtle way. And with this gain energy, it's like you both gain a lot from this relationship, especially with the universe right next to it. You feel in harmony with the universe because of this relationship. Getting in touch with balance and the ways each of you feel connected to the universe on your own is what brings abundance to this relationship and growth to yourselves and to this relationship. Especially when you embody your inner child and just let yourself express yourself for who you are without taking on this responsibility of the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is in reverse right here, so bad mother figure energy. Just this need to stop having to be the mother for other people, or stop having to take on the control and be the boss, but instead get in touch with the inner child energies and how they intuitively bring simple light and unfiltered light to the table. Especially with this fiery, lusty energy, there's just this energy of being connected to the sun and the core of the earth. There's a very strong heat and fire to this connection of just very intense energy between you two. It's almost like crackling energy. Maybe this connection happens really fast or feels like when you're near each other, the energy is very overwhelming or forcing. It's almost like it's forcing onto each other, even though you might not even be like that close to each other. You may even be across the room, barely even looking at each other, but it's like your energies are just the elephant in the room. And when you accept those energies and you actually open up to each other, that's when you gain and grow with this relationship. Especially relating to your job and your work in the material world and how you change things in the material world, the universe, very abundant change, generational change, with however you earn money, however you earn spiritual abundance, however you bring gain and growth to yourself and other people's lives. That is unrelated to your fire energy, unrelated to your sense of expression, but is instead related to maybe your way of thinking, your way of groundedness, your way of emotionality, and how you bring that darkness to the table with this strife, 5 of swords in reversed. You take away people's negative thoughts, their lack of abundant thoughts, their thoughts that keep them in a negative pattern, and yourself and other people, especially with your person. This person was stuck in their ego before you came into their life, stuck in this pattern of like being hurt and hurting other people a little bit, but mostly being hurt. And you have completely switched that around for them and brought them that 10 of swords of like breaking karmic cycles and like realizing that pain within themselves. Yeah, when you're not in your ego and you're not overthinking things, that's when you feel most connected to your person, when you just quiet your mind and you listen. You feel your person everywhere in the universe, and you gain this serendipity and this happiness just by sitting there and feeling this passion and feeling this very intense and sacral chakra love and understanding of this person and yourself. I'm getting major like vibes of doing self-healing, completely loving your body, getting in touch with your body and your your mind, body, spirit connection, really helping heal this relationship, because there's something about your passion, your love, your unconditional love for yourself and this person being tied to your body, your movement. Spirit, tell me a little bit more about Pile 4 and their person. You and your person have connected over past lives, many past lives to be sure, and I'm feeling like in this lifetime you're more karmically helping each other in a good way and less in a bad way, or less in a growing in a dark way, but helping each other grow in the more positive aspects of your life, or maybe in a more loving way. How are Pile 4 and their person connected? Tell me about Pile 4 and their person's connection. How Pile 4 and the person connected? Get me in touch with Pile 4's angels. Tell me about Pile 4. Okay, you may have also resonated with Pile 3 and Pile 4. Please tell me about Pile 4 and their angels, their spirit guides, what they need to know about this connection. Is it over now? Do you know how? Nine of Pentacles reversed. Temperance reversed. First off, I'm going to go ahead and say that you didn't get to be a child when you were in your childhood. You didn't get to experience things normal children did. You constantly had to be in balance, and you constantly had to, adjust for other people. And this connection is taking you out of that energy. You're supposed to be unbalanced. You're supposed to be in your inner child energy, and you're supposed to be not focusing on abundance and having things. You're supposed to not have things, you're supposed to find yourself without having your surroundings filled up and being just filled up in your own self. Knight of Wands reversed. When you let in that deep pain, and instead embody the opposite energy of that, where you're constantly fighting for something, and instead let go and just surrender to your feelings and your fears, that's when your person most easily reaches you. You help your person let go of their ego. You help your person let go of their inner anger and the things that hurt them, the things that have caused their passion to go astray or be influenced in a way that isn't aligned with who they truly are. And with the Hangman in reverse, it's this connection. It's you're cutting each other down from being, hung by the foot, cutting each other down from this pain and letting each other take a break. You actually feel like you can breathe when you're around each other, and you actually feel like you can let go of this anxiety and let go of these walls you built, because people so constantly just don't understand you or just cause you this pain or force you to be this bossy person or force you to be the person who's in charge or responsible for them. And instead, when you're together, you can both just embody your inner child without having to look after each other. You look after each other by embodying your inner child and just letting each other feel the most comfortable around each other and letting go of that pain together. We have Judgment reversed. Upright, I guess. Judgment upright. Knight of Wands reversed. Eight of Cups. Ace of Wands reversed. Two of Pentacles reversed. Six of Wands reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. And Queen of Wands. This connection is definitely divinely guided with this judgment. Your angels are watching over you and bringing you towards your higher self through this connection. Also, your person wants you to know that they feel like you're an angel. They feel like you were sent from God. They feel like you make them believe in God, believe in a higher power, do you believe in life after love? This Knight of Wands. Oh my god, this two Knight of Wands in reverse energy. What the fuck? Okay, yeah. So this connection definitely isn't going to come in fast. It's going to come in slow, but you're going to see it coming as it comes in. You're just going to have to be patient with this connection. Stop trying to express yourself so quick and be impulsive about it, and actually think through what you want. Think about the bigger picture. Think about the small details too, about maybe what you want, how you want, appreciating the journey along the way, how you want your journey to get you there, you know? And with this Eight of Cups, I feel like you're both helping each other move on from a lot of baggage, letting go of a lot of things that you don't really need going into this connection, and going really deep into this connection, you shed all these other cups that you don't need and instead keep that one cup of just love and self-fulfillment within yourself. Letting you both deep down carry the seriousness about the world, this Two of Pentacles reversed. But while at the same time being in touch with your inner child, you can just make fun of the seriousness, and that's what helps you keep away from this pain, keeps you from being this overly fiery, angry person over the things that have hurt you, and lets you stay in this energy where you have fun in the darkness, have fun while being unbalanced, have fun while being taking it too seriously, but also not taking it too seriously, just having fun because you take it seriously. I don't know if that makes sense. And changing that illusion within yourselves where you feel like you can't express your inner child, you have to always be serious, or you just taking on full-on nihilism and just not taking anything seriously, but also not being happy with yourself, not being able to express your child because you just don't care anymore. Completely breaking that because of your love for each other. With this Ace of Wands in reversed, I'm just feeling this energy of connection through darkness, connection through the shadow realm, and I'm hearing my thoughts will follow you into your dreams. Very strong subconscious realm connection with this Queen of Wands. It's almost like you both are so connected to the shadow realm that maybe you rule over a certain group of people who are also in the shadow realm, or maybe you are the leader of your social group, where you just influence a lot of people. Maybe I'm hearing some of you are sex workers. There's just this energy of having control over people, but not in a fiery way, but in a more subtle, all-consuming sort of way. And you and your person being connected in that control, in that influence, that you don't often get recognized for because of the Six of Wands, but instead you both recognize in each other and recognize in yourselves. You don't really need that fulfillment of other people recognizing your work, because you already feel so connected with yourself, fulfillment, and your person by doing it and by being connected in that way. With this Ace of Cups in reversed, along with the Seven of Cups in reversed, I'm feeling that you don't feel the need to look outside of yourself. You don't feel the need to find another person or to look through your options. You feel right exactly where you are. And you're ready to change your karmic cycles. Both you and your person are ready to completely change your perspective on love, completely change your perspective on how your path is going to go. Because Six of Wands, Seven of Cups, 6, 7, there's almost a new steps you're going to take towards each other that are more in touch with the shadow realm, the darkness, that where maybe it's going to be a lot easier for you to just do that without really trying as hard as you have been. I'm getting this energy where you're gonna find something out about your person soon, or vice versa, and it's going to completely change the nature of your connection. It's gonna bring a death to the past version of your connection, and almost bring a new love to how you understand each other. But that is your reading, pile 4.